Today, in this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to tame the Yutyrannus in Ark, which is one of the best buff dinosaurs in the entire game, and it is an absolute must-have if you are trying to grow big on Ark. Alright, so when you go to tame a Yutyrannus, you're going to need a couple of things. First thing you're going to need is going to need a long neck. You can use a crossbow, but there's a 0.3% chance that you kill it at full health, and they're bloody a lot of the times you are going to tame them. So I would just use a long neck to make sure you don't kill it. You need at least 70 darts, but the hit reg on this guy is pretty bad, so I'd bring 90. Next, this is all you're going to need for a trap is a stone ceiling, 3 walls, 5 door frames, reinforced wooden door, and then a stone foundation. That's what you need to trap this guy. Again, any standard 3x3 taming pin will work to trap this guy, but this is, you probably don't want to build that and waste all those resources just on one dinosaur, because you're not going to be able to get him in the taming pin since you can't pick him up. Next is a spyglass to make sure that you're taming a high level one, because you want high level Yutys, just like pretty much 99% of the things in this game. And then next is going to be extraordinary kibble. I don't know why it says 6, but you need 10, right, to tame this guy unofficial. So the foods that you are going to use on your Yutyrannus, right, in order from most effective to least effective, is extraordinary kibble, raw mutton, raw prime meat, and then next is going to be raw meat. If you are using extraordinary kibble, it's going to take 34 minutes and 6 seconds. If you're using raw mutton, it's going to take 42 minutes. If you're using raw prime meat, it's going to take 52 minutes. And if you're using raw meat, it's going to take 2.5 hours. 2 hours and 34 minutes to be exact. Right. Now, it takes an hour and 42 minutes for this guy to wake up. So if you're using kibble, mutton, or prime meat, then you don't need any narcotics. However, if you are using raw meat unofficial, you're going to need 130 narcotics to complete the tame. Alright, so now let's actually get into it. So here's this little trap that I have built here. As you can see, right, all you're going to do is you're just going to place a door frame on the bottom, put the bottom as walls, and it's on one stone foundation, and then put the top as door frames, right? And the Yuty, the way it works, it clips very, very weird, so it can't actually hit you inside of this trap, right? This is a perfect trap. This works with Rexes and other big dinosaurs. Pretty much anything in the game cannot hit you through this. So that is very, very nice. That's like a little secret 1x1 trap that you can learn to tame stuff with. So here, I'm just going to spawn in this Yuty. Now here we go. Perfect. So he is aggroing on me. As you can see, all you can do is just run inside, and then boom. Close this door. Make sure this door is closed. If you close that door, then he can't hit you. And it works well because he literally just sit there and just start attacking you for most things. Right here. You just get him stuck right here. And it's done. Your tame's over. He's just going to constantly just keep trying to bite you. And he'll move you around, but nothing's going to happen. The reason why you have to use this trap and not a hunting blind is because if you use a hunting blind, the way his AI works, he'll just like run around all the time in circles, unlike the Rex. So definitely want to use this trap if you don't want to use a full taming pin. Alright, so this is step 2, and that's just kind of where he starts to run away, and all you're going to do is just chase him. It's not like, you know, the most complicated thing in the world. You will need a good bit of movement speed, but as long as you have like 150, in which most people do, then you should be fine to at least catch up to the guy for the most part. One last thing, make sure you bring something to kill stuff with, like a shotgun or like, you know, bullets or a wyvern or a tame, because you're taming this guy in the snow 99% of the time, and there's just so much stuff out here that can kill you. And on top of that, he generally spawns in with a pack of Carnos, so you definitely are going to want something to, you know, you're going to need to have something that kills stuff in order to tame this guy. Alright, perfect. He is down, right? So once he's actually down, I would recommend putting like some spikes around him during the taming process, because again, you are in the middle of the snow, and these little suckers right here, these direwolves, these RGs, they spawn all over. So definitely going to want something to protect this guy 100%. Okay, then all you do is just put your allotted food of choice, your desired food of choice in this guy, and wait till he's up. Alright, perfect. Your Yuty is up. Congratulations. You have probably just tamed your first Yuty. Okay, now you might be wondering, what are some good stats for your Yuty? Like, to know if you have got a good Yuty or not. So, for health, okay, there's 3 things that you want on your Yuty, and that's going to be health, stamina, and melee. Melee is probably the least important. Okay, now, health, you want anywhere from 6,000's okay, 7,500's pretty good, 9,000 is great. Stamina, for stamina, 1250 stamina is pretty good. 1,500 stamina is insane, and at 1,700 stamina, 1,800 stamina, that is great. For melee, 200 damage melee that's okay. 250 damage melee, that's pretty good, and about 280 damage melee is like great. That's phenomenal, right? I don't know what happened with my server stats, but the melee is just completely out of funk, so I gotta fix that. But my stamina on this Yuty is insane, and the health is terrible. If I were to evaluate my Yuty right here, the health is god awful, but the stamina, that's probably one of the best stamina unis I've ever seen, right? So here we go. When you actually get your woolly, you might be wondering, what do I level, right? Now, there's typically only two things that you really want to level on your Yuty, and that's health and stamina. As far as melee goes, you can level melee, but you're not going to be... The Yuty's a support dinosaur. You're not really going to be sitting there chomping at stuff with your Yuty all the time. You're going to be using this guy to buff the other dinosaurs, because this guy has one of the best abilities in the entire game. Right? And that is his courage ability, right? So he has 3 attacks, right? You have your left click attack, okay? Then you have your right click attack, which is your fear roar. Your fear roar will sit there and it'll scare other dinosaurs, and it'll make everything else take 50% more damage, right? And the smaller dinosaurs will make them run away. Right, besides a couple of exceptions, like big dinosaurs like Gigas and rock golems, your fear roar does not work, okay? But this is the thing that makes him so insane. And if you hit your crouch button, is his courage roar. Look at that thing, right? His courage roar is so broken. You will see the Yuty, if you watch any like official fight or see any like people who know what they're doing when they're raiding, every single one of them is rocking Yuty and just spamming the courage roar. And the reason why is because the courage roar gives a 25% damage increase and 20% damage reduction, right? So what that means is that you're able to soak 20% more turrets with every stego that you have while your stego is couraged up. Your Giga fights, if one-on-one Giga with the same melee, your Giga is going to destroy them. So it is absolutely phenomenal. You will always see people. I don't know. I'm sure you've probably had people raiding your base, and and you'll have somebody just sitting on a woolly, right, just sitting there soaking it. So it's so important to have a woolly for those two reasons. Anytime you go raiding, anytime you're in base defense, having a woolly having a Yuty is just, you need it. You need that extra buff that it gives you. Okay. Now this yellow, all that means is that he is buffed, right? That bar, that circle bar that you saw at the top of the screen, it wasn't there anymore. It's not there anymore. But it just means that it's longer buffed. It could be on like the last second of the buff, and he'll still get that full impact. Even if that bar is like at 1%, he'll still get the 25% damage, 20% damage reduction, right? And it's really that one ability that makes the Yuty so good. And it's kind of a boring job being the Yuty rider, but it's a good one. Typically, as the Yuty rider, you're calling out things that are going on with the raid, and you're the one that's kind of like in charge, commanding, because you're just sitting back, just clicking the same button over and over again. So, but that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please leave a like and subscribe. I try to make these guys consistent and concise as possible, also like in depth with, you know, useful information over my thousands of hours of playing Ark. But that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out. May God bless you all.